ArsenalFanTV, Lee, we've made it back to the safety of Finsbury Park. But what went on there today, first of all, before we get to on the pitch, I mean, I know you got caught up in a lot of stuff outside the ground.
Yeah, it was absolutely disgraceful today, what happened today. You know, listen, you go to a game of football to enjoy it, but like today, it didn't feel safe at all. I have to say that, like, you know, I got a bottle thrown in my face. Luckily, it just ricocheted me, like, you know, and it ain't on, Robbie, to go to a game of football like that, you know. So, but luckily we're home. Well, not home yet, but we're safe. That's the main thing.
I feel safe now. I feel like I'm on.
Well, you got it worse than me, I have to say, like, you know.
Well, I didn't get a bottle, but bloody hell! I mean, it was chaos outside the ground.
It was chaos, but I just have to say one thing. I don't know the fella's name, but he was a Spurs fan. If it wasn't for him today, we was getting a little bit, about 6 or 7 come up to me and started on me because obviously they recognised me from this, and he just turned around and said, "Look, I'm a Spurs fan, leave him alone." And so whoever that guy was just got to thank him for that, you know. So that respect for that, you know.
Yeah, it's not because it's not every, you know, listen, it's not every Spurs fan. It's just a few idiots, and I think it's the way in which it's policed down there. Well, not even policed. Because I was chatting to a policeman and he was saying to me it's not an impossible job as well.
I feel sorry for the police today to go through that as well. You know, it's certainly uncalled for. Listen, we go home and away every game, Robbie, and you know, West Ham, Man United, we don't experience what I experience at Tottenham. You know, Tottenham Football Club have got something to sort out there. It's an absolute disgrace what they do and what's going on there. And it ain't just when Arsenal come down here; it's when other teams come down here as well. And you know, it is frightening. I'm going to have to say that for kids and everything like that. It is frightening.
Now, it all went wrong today in the game. Started off, we got to half time 0-0, and we was thinking, you know what? We've rode our luck a bit, but maybe today we might be able to get something out of this. And then, just in like a couple of minutes, the game was over.
How many more times is that going to happen? I had a good look at it today, and you have a look at other teams like Chelsea, like Tottenham. When the defenders have to defend, they sort of like it. Like, oh yeah, let's bring it on. We can defend. It's our job. That's what we have to do. When we have to do that, we sort of like we freeze and we make silly little mistakes. You know, the first goal was comical again. And then I have to say, Gabriel, you know, whether it's a penalty or not, you know, we're 1 minute after we've conceded, we've got to, like, you know, take stock, and he gives away another penalty. I just felt like today, Robbie, it was men against boys today. It was men against boys. They're a better team than us. We have to admit it. They are a far better team than us. They showed it today. And we've had to endure, like, you know, them all taking the mickey out of us after the game, you know. And
how do we get back, Lee, to being back on top? Because it is a horrible feeling to admit that they are, at the moment, a better team than us.
They're a better team. I think there's got to be changes all round, Robbie. The team's not good enough. I have to say a couple of things. Aaron Ramsey and Xhaka, what is their jobs? Because they're not dominating the midfield. They don't score no goals. They don't create. So there's a problem there for a start. We don't defend properly. I just think, you know, other teams are powerful than us. You know, they're more powerful than us. And I have to say today, if you have a look at Harry Kane and then you have a look at Oliver Giroud, that's why they're better than us. You know, it is an absolute... Harry Kane goes down, he don't start rubbing his neck, his head, his leg. He just gets on with it. He gets up and gets on with it. You know, as soon as Giroud's down, he's rubbing his leg, flicking his hand. What's all that about, Robbie? Come on, we're playing Tottenham away from home. You've got to stand up and be ready for it. And I'm afraid we're not. And we're not. And today we wasn't quite good enough in attacking. We certainly wasn't good in defensive side of it. And we've just got to have to, you know, look, this season we've just got to write it off now. We've got the FA Cup. Somehow we've got a chance of winning that.
Still got a chance of getting in the top 4 as well. I mean, you know, United, all right, they didn't lose today, but they drew. United drew, City drew. So if we play United next week, if we was to get a victory, say, in that game, it's still a chance.
We've still got a chance. As it happens, our running ain't so bad now, if I'll be honest. You know, that was our most toughest game. We've got, obviously, Man United. That's going to be hard to break down. I just feel with the top 4, I just think that, does it really matter now, Robbie? Does it really matter?
Well, it does. If you're going to get good players, you need to be in that top 4, don't you?
Yeah, I take that point on view that we need to get on, you know, some top players. We need to get some top players, whether we get in the Champions League or not, and that's a fact. You know what I mean? That is an absolute fact. But I think there's a chance. You know, we've got to win every game now. But can we do it defensively? Can we do it from the attacking point of view? I just want to say one more thing before I go. Petr Cech took a lot of stick in the last few weeks. Yeah, well done, Petr, because if it wasn't for him today, it would have been a total embarrassment. You know, he steps up and made some fantastic saves. So, you know, from that point of view, we'll have to look from now. But You know, we've got to go on now to Man United. Can we beat Man United? We can, you know what I mean? They're not a very, very good side, you know. But what worries me about today, though, Robbie, is that Man City, they weren't that great, were they? Because they've not won their last couple. So, just, you know, we've just got to lick our wounds and move on to the next game.